welcome to I'm losing my brain here. 3D Boxing Podcast. I got a special guest here, Vinny from Vinny's Corner, who I met in Arizona last week at the BAM fight. Introduce yourself, Vinny. Do a little commercial. Let everybody know where they can find you.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Vinny, as my buddy Gary here just said. Vinny from Vinny's Corner. That is my X as well as my YouTube. So it's just Vinny with the Y. So at Vinny, VINNYSCORNER1 on X and YouTube. You can find me there. I do a weekly show. We do all sports, but I am really a boxing head, and that's kind of where my heart is, which is why Gary and I ran into each other where we did, seeing Bam do his thing last week. So here we are.
I also thought Vinny was my paisano, but he's not. He's Dominicano. I thought Vinny Gumbach was my guy. I thought he was my paisano, but he's not. So I was mistaken. But either way,
very New Italian, York thing, though, right? Puerto Rican Irish, Dominican Irish. It's a very New York thing, you know.
It is. You said you were from the Upper West Side. Like, there used to be Italians up there. I mean, a long time ago. They're gone now. But maybe he was one of the no. He's Dominican. But either way, do you get that? People think you're Italian. Do you get that a lot?
I pretty much get everything except for Dominican. When I still lived in the city, I could be walking down like Fifth Avenue. A street vendor would start speaking Arabic to me. I get Israeli, Greek. I get everything but Dominican.
I am 7% Arab. Just to put that
7% Arab.
7. That's significant. 7's a lot, right? Like that's a significant number.
It's almost.
It's not a little. Like I was 0.4% Egyptian, 4.5% Ghanaian, and 7% Arab.
That's an interesting mix. I've never done like Ancestry.com kind of thing.
Yeah, 23andMe. Yeah. My mom is from Sicily, so Sicily was enslaved and ruled by most of the world. So everyone got in there and mixed up the gene pool, kind of thing. Like some Egyptians came over. Yeah,
yeah. Like that whole region, really, the Mediterranean, right? That's kind of where everything, sort of mixed around. Like, especially during like ancient times, that was really like the hub. So it makes sense.
Yeah. But maybe one of my ancestors helped build the pyramids. I don't know. 0.4% Egyptian. All right, first off, Vinny's also a big Knicks fan, so congratulations to your Knicks on winning a championship for the first time in 53 years. Congratulations to your Knicks.
I appreciate that. I do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question since you just threw basketball in the mix. Where's Giannis gonna go?
Miami or Boston? I thought he was going to be traded today, no later than tomorrow. I think it's 50-50. I don't know where. My hunch is Boston, but I think if they want draft capital, Miami's got better draft capital, so it could be Miami.
It's Miami makes sense from the draft capital perspective. Obviously, the trade involving Jaylen Brown makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah.
I like the draft capital idea better for like rebuilding the whole franchise after
because
their cornerstone leaves.
Yeah, JB is 30, so it's like you're not really rebuilding with him. He's already peak right now, right? So
he's a win now piece. But like what the reality is that when like they built that that whole district around Giannis, right? So.
Right.
When you lose that kind of cornerstone, like somebody who drives the market like that for your whole team, you got to rebuild everything. Just bringing in a guy, especially a guy like Jaylen, who's a little bit of a disruptor and agitator, might not be the way. So you might be onto something there with Miami.
All right. And my Nets just traded for Julius Randle. Julius Randle is now a Net, and Nick Claxton no longer is a Brooklyn Net. All right, you want to get in? Let's just guys, like, share, subscribe. Give me your channel again. It's Vinny's Corner on YouTube. It's Vinny's Corner on Twitter. Make sure to give him a follow there. Subscribe to his channel. You want to just get into this now? You want to
Yeah,
get into
let's do it.
the big fight? I
Absolutely.
think we disagree on this. I think we disagree on this. But Boots and Xander, I think this is the best fight of the year. My chat disagreed with me on my early live stream. Let me get your thoughts on that. So far this year is Nakatani and Inoue is the other contender, or I guess Shakur and Tio would be the other candidate. But this is a better fight than Shakur and Tio.
Okay, so this is what's tough about it, right?
Yeah.
When we look at those fights retroactively, Teo against Shakur was a 12-0 shutout, right?
Which I predicted, by the way. If you go back and watch my channel, I said it. He's not going to win more than a round or two in this fight.
Yeah, so that was a bad one. It was slated to be a big fight. To me, I agree with you. In my estimation, this is two of the more skilled, like first middleweight, junior middleweight, welterweight, middleweight. They're my favorite divisions. I think they're the best in boxing. Junior middleweight unified champion who's 23 and fighting Pride of Puerto Rico, which is, big boxing. And then he's a New York City kid. And then you've got Jaron Ennis and Boots. Boots is a Philly kid. I mean, he's in his prime. He's 28 now, in his prime.
Yeah.
And they've got perfect, right? You've got more of a tactician and you got a pressure fighter. So we've got styles to make a good fight here. I think you're right. This could be the fight of the year.
So give me but don't just give me your prediction. Give me a breakdown. How do you foresee this fight going? And then how does it end? Like who wins? But break it down a little bit. What does it look like before,
Well, so
what does it look like in the ring?
There are two sides to it, right? For those folks who believe in what my guy Xander Zayas is capable of doing, you have that side of things, right? And everyone will tell you the same thing. He's got a great jab. They'd like to see him be able to control distance on that jab to be able to slow down the pressure that we know Boots is going to bring to the table, right? Boots knocks out 87% of his opponents. He's coming in to try and stop Zayas. He's not coming in there to get to 12 rounds. That's not his goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Xander can really do that and take this into the later half of the fight, right? Rounds 8 to 12, he has a real chance at walking out of there keeping his belts. That being said, in my official pick, right, Vinny'sCorner.blog is my blog. I did pick Boots. I think that Boots, he's at that place right now at 28. And he's just so explosively athletic that it feels like, and I think that this is right. I think Boots and Xander is going to go to a decision, and I think it's going to end up being Boots. I don't think he's going to get the knockout. It's possible he could get a late knockout, but reality, I do think it's going to go to a decision, and I think in that decision, we're going to see Boots come out and new. That's my thought to it.
I have kind of I'll get to my breakdown, but I agree with you on the outcome. I like Boots here by decision. Couple of betting pieces that I like here. I don't like Boots on the money line at minus 500. So you got to bet $500 on Boots to win $100. I'm not a fan of that. That's disrespectful. The bets I do like over 10.5 is minus 150. And Boots by decision, which we're both picking. We're both picking Boots by decision, is plus 190. So a $100 bet makes you $190. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. So to me, the bet is Boots by decision. I don't really I'm a Xander guy. I've been called a Xander simp. You guys told me I'm overrating Xander. I really like Xander. And I think this will be Xander's last fight at 54. Win, lose, or draw. This will be it for him at 54. And he's going to 60. He's a huge guy.
He is,
and I think he'll win belts at 160. Like I think he'll win belt. He'll be a world champion at 160. I really like Xander. I just don't see how this is a good fight for him stylistically. I don't see, in his last fight, he was far too willing to go backwards with Baru Abbas. I can never say that guy's name. He was far too willing backwards. If he goes backwards with Boots, he's going to get destroyed. So he's got to come forward. He's got to come forward and try to take some gas out of him. The problem with that is Boots is better on the inside. Boots is electric on the inside with the uppercuts and the hooks. So that doesn't really suit him either. And if he stands at that range, which he likes to, Boots is so much faster. Boots is going to beat him there too. So it's like, I don't really see geographically where this fight can take place that favors Xander. And I love Xander. I think Xander's great. I think he's going to go to 160 and do great things. Boots is a freak athlete who can fight in all three distances, and he can fight all three distances better than Xander can. So I don't really see. I understand Xander's game plan is going to be try to walk him down, break him down, and then slow him down in the later rounds. I don't really see how he can execute that. I don't see how he's going to be able to do it, because if he just wants to stand that range with them, Boots is way faster. He's going to throw in combination, pivot out, and Xander's not going to be able to touch him. It's as good as I think Xander is. I don't see how he actually wins this fight. So I think Boots wins this fight predominantly on the outside, and he wins a wide decision, 9 rounds to 3, something like that.
Listen, I kind of feel the same way you do. I'm a big fan of Xander. You could go back on my X to when this fight was announced, and I posted videos of Xander, and it's like, what are you guys going to do when he beats Boots? I asked all those questions. The more I got to it, the more videos I watched, I finally got to like when I was going to write my own article and make my pick myself. And I feel like you do. I just don't see a world like, because of the difference that I see in speed. Even if he controls that distance, I don't think he's going to be able to do enough to stop. So now you've got distance, right? Okay, great. But realistically, I actually think that his best chance, which is weird to say, but I think his best chance would be if he could get inside and beat Boots inside. Like hurt him to the body.
Boots is a better inside fighter. Boots is more skilled on the inside than Xander is. I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but you watch the hooks and the explosive, the torque that Boots creates on those really short hooks, like that shovel hook he throws. Boots is better on the inside than Xander is. Like, he's not going to win that fight either.
And I think this is the problem. And this is the kind of boxing or what makes boxing good when you get these, right? So Xander got to where he is early. He's 23. He's a unified champ. And what you just said, right? This will probably be his last fight at 154, right? He knows he's got to move up to middleweight, where some other fighters are not giving this guy the opportunity. I respect him giving this shot to Boots, right? So now let's just say Boots wins, becomes unified champ. Xander steps up, takes one fight at 160, and then challenges Bronco Adames, here early in 2027.
That's a fun fight. That's a fun fight.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a Dominican and a Puerto Rican. It's got the story writes itself. That's what I see happening in this, and that's the next step I see. And I like it. I like it for boxing on all accounts, because it gives Boots the opportunity that other quality champions have been afraid to give him, right? And he is going to then be the guy. He's going to be the only unified champion at 154, right? He'll be the guy.
Yeah.
So, and then maybe, I've been hearing good things. I mean, you heard some good stuff from Robert last weekend, right? Maybe we're going to hear some good stuff about Virgil back in the mix. And by that time, this guy will have some belts, and,
I talked to both of those guys, Robert and Verge and Xander. I'm sorry, Robert and Xander, about this a while ago, and I asked Xander, it's probably a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, about the rumors about him fighting Verge. He said those rumors are definitely true. There's definitely been discussions, and his plan was to fight the Puerto Rican Dave Parade, and then at the end of last year, he was going to plan to fight Verge. Like, that was in the works. And I talked to Robert Garcia about it, and nah. So, to me, and Verge is my guy. I'm not trying to disrespect him. There he is. It looked like Virgil was uninterested in that fight. That Verge was uninterested in or at least his team was uninterested. Garcia was not interested in fighting Xander when Xander was very interested and in discussions for that fight. So, both those interviews are on my channel. You can go check those out. Xander's a fighting guy. I like Xander. It's good. Yeah. Shout out Julius Randle to the Nets. Shout out.
I know. I just giggled when I saw
that. We talk Nets on this channel sometimes. So I forget where I was going. Continue. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to get Boots and Verge ever, because I don't think that fight. I don't think Verge team wants that fight from what Robert Garcia said, right? Because Xander was all about it. It's like, yeah, so those conversations have been had. We've talked about it. I got something coming up for the Puerto Rican Day Parade in June. And then by the end of the year, I do think I'll be fighting Verge. And I talked to Garcia about a couple of weeks later, and Garcia was like, no, we're not doing that. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing, right?
Someone should go tell Xander that, because he thinks it's happening.
Well, but listen, so if this fight goes down the way that we're saying, in my estimation, and look, we've discussed a couple of different things that could spawn from that, right? But in Boots walking out as the unified champion and Xander then moving up to 160, literally, in my estimation, it seems good for the sport of boxing. We get two of the prime or best boxers in the sport in their prime fighting each other now. So we get, a super fight now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
If this goes this way, and then we get Xander as a young former unified champion moving up to challenge at 160, right? And then the potential of a Boots Virgil showdown for belts later. Like, I mean, it just seems like this fight going this way it seems better for boxing to me if Boots wins this fight. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Look, I said this on my early stream this morning. This is like when Fulton fought Figueroa the first time. Figueroa was leaving the weight class, win, lose, or draw. Everybody knew that. That was it. He was done at 22, for sure. Why give him the decision then? He's just going to vacate all the belts, right? So if think about it, if Xander wins, he goes up to 160 and vacates the belt. And then the WBO has two schlubs. We looked it up earlier. Two schlubs fighting for their belt. They don't want that. If Boots win, Xander still goes to 160, and Boots has the belts. Who would you rather have? I'll look it up again, who the WBO's top ranked guys are. But it wasn't anyone you would want having your belt, right? So it's in the best interest for the WBO, for boxing, for everyone involved, for Boots to win. So Boots is currently ranked 1. If he loses, obviously he would go down the rankings. Then the next two highest ranked guys are Tim Tszyu and Brandon Adams.
Let me ask you.
In essence, Brandon Adams and Tim Tszyu would be fighting for your belt. Adams would win that fight. And then Brandon Adams is the world champion. Yeah, we'll you know what? If this thing's close at all, we'll just go ahead and give it to Boots.
And to me, this just and the fact that you had a young, fired up champion who is all about doing that, right? Oh, I'll absolutely take this guy on, no question, right? It just, I don't know. I mean, I think that this it's been a good buildup to me. Everyone in the boxing world seems very excited about this fight, you know what I mean? I think this is going to be a home run for boxing. And the actual fight, I said, I think it's going to go to a decision. I think this fight's going to be awesome. If I was in New York,
I think Boots is going to win most of the rounds, but the fight, I think people don't understand how good Xander is. Xander, I just don't see him winning this fight. I think Xander's great. I think he's going to do great things at 160. I think he's going to be a long reigning champion at 160. I think that weight class is better for him. Just to me, Boots is a special, uniquely gifted athlete, and he's going to win this fight. That's not to throw any shade at Xander.
No, I think that's fair, man. I do. So what are your thoughts on this is, I mean, overall, I think this is a really solid card, right?
I want to address this.
Emiliano Vargas has got a fight.
I would do this. We're going to get into the card. Give me 1 second. Let me just respond to this. Whitaker, Vargas, Boots. I think that's a great money line. I would even go as far as taking Whitaker by stoppage. He's fighting the Popeye guy, Richard Rivera, who had the split decision at Badu Jack. I know Richard Rivera pretty well. He's promoted by DeGuardia, so I just know him pretty well. Richard Rivera sucks. Whitaker's going to dismantle that guy. So not only would I take this, I'd feel very comfortable taking Whitaker by stoppage. Whitaker by stoppage, Vargas, Boots, money line. I think that's a really good parlay for you. You want to get into the rest of that card? Because the rest of the card's really good.
It's an awesome, that's exactly why I brought it up, man. It's a great card.
Let's get into the fight that I actually think is going to be the more entertaining fight. Like, I think this Tucker and Cedeno,
yeah,
I think has the makings of fight of the year written all over. Like, this is a great fight. I like Tucker. I think he's a little more disciplined. I think he's a little tighter. He's got less leaks defensively. I think he's a better athlete. I think he's got better speed. I think he's physically stronger. Cedeño's got better speed. I think Tucker wins this fight predominantly off his jab. I think he slows Cedeno down and wins a tight decision. I think this is a really good fight. I just think Tucker's more fundamentally sound. I think there's less leaks in him. And I think he's a more skilled fighter. But Cedeno is explosive. Cedeno, oh, that's your boy, right? Cedeno is a Dominican?
Yeah, he's Dominican. That's right.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I'm a Cedeno guy. I just think this is still a boxing match. And Tucker's he's a more gifted, more well-rounded boxer than Cedeno. But give me your thoughts on this fight. I know that people's opinion on this fight vary a lot.
So I'll be honest. You said a tight decision. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we got a draw or if we got a split decision in either direction. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Gary Xander like Skittles. That's out of line.
I met Xander, a super nice guy. I don't want to, I'm not making any accusations. I talked to him for about an hour. He was a little questionable. I'll just leave it at that. He was questionable. I'll just nice guy, good guy. A little questionable. I'll just leave it at that. But continue. Continue. Break down the Tucker Cedeno fight.
Well, so I think you kind of nailed it, right? I think Cedeno does have a little bit more of like an explosiveness to him. He's very athletic. But Tucker is a more fundamentally sound fighter. There's a reason why the line is so close, right? Tucker's maybe what, minus 150? Something like that. Minus
160. Anywhere from minus 130. This is actually DraftKings is the book that I use. That's my book of record. That's the widest lot I've seen. I've seen anywhere from minus 130 to minus 160.
So I've got them on right now. I'm looking on BetMGM just by chance, and you can actually probably get better odds on it.
That's what I'm saying. This is the widest. This is the worst odds I've seen on. Yeah.
Cedeno plus 120, Tucker minus 160.
Oh, yeah, minus 162. Okay.
That's not, so that's not bad. But like, I'm one of those. I'm one of these people, right, where I would put together like a parlay, right, and maybe have Tucker in it. Or I'd be like, or I would leave this fight off completely because it's too close. And then I'd be like, I'm going to just bet Cedeno because he's Dominican.
Okay. Do you like Cedeno to win? Other than that, other than he's Dominican, I got accused of taking Manisi last week because he's my paisan. That's not why I picked him. Do you actually think Cedeno's going to win, or are you just going with your brethren?
I think he's definitely capable of winning. And that's why I say, I feel like this fight might end up a draw. But this could also be I feel like Cedeno could catch Tucker too. So
Cedeno's the better natural athlete. He's the more naturally gifted fighter. I think Tucker's physically stronger, but Cedeno's quicker. Cedeno's the bigger hitter. Cedeno's more explosive. Cedeno's got really, really, really good God-given abilities, right? Like the things that you can't teach in the gym, that guy either gives you or he doesn't. He gave all of them to Cedeno.
Yeah, 100%. And so it's almost one of those things where if you were going to take Cedeno to win, I wouldn't even Daniel could stop Tucker.
I agree. I think his best chance I don't think he's going to win enough rounds. I think his best chance is to stop Tucker. We're going to find out about Tucker. Tucker's chin has passed every test. We're really going to find out about Tucker's chin in this fight.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair call. 100%.
But what is your official prediction? You're taking Cedeno on official prediction.
If I had to take this right now, hold on. I'll tell you. Let me see something here.
You can take a draw. You want to roll the dice and say draw? I don't think a draw is a bad bet on this fight. I'm not betting the draw on this because I think someone might get knocked out in this fight. So the only time I bet a draw is if I think it's a 50-50 fight and I'm convinced it's going to go the distance. I'm not convinced this fight's going the distance. Someone might get slept in this fight.
Well, and so that's what if I was going to bet, this is a fight where I would look at this and I'd be like, I don't know, this is a fight that ruins a parlay, right? Yeah. That's what this is.
This will not be on my parlay. This fight, neither the distance nor the money line will be on my parlay. This is a very
I would move this one to its own bet. And then if I was going to bet this, I would probably take Cedeno to win by KO or TKO.
Okay. What is that? What is that? Cedeno, do I have that? Do I have props on this? No, because DraftKings is. Do you have props on your book? What do you have Cedeno by stoppage? What do you have on that?
You know what? So BetMGM won't give those out until the day of the fight.
So annoying.
So I don't even know.
Yeah.
But to win, he's plus 125 to win, right? So figure KO, TKO, he's probably going to be plus 300 something. It's not going to,
If you can get that, if you get about plus 300 win by stoppage, it's a good bet.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why. If I'm going to bet this, that's the only, you could get serious value on this bet if that, for that. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But I definitely would not put this on a parlay.
The other two fights of note on this card, I think, are blowouts. But they're going to be interesting to watch because of who's involved in it. Vargas. We'll start with Whittaker and Rivera. We'll go to Vargas. Whittaker and Rivera. I know Popeye Rivera. He's not good. I never understood. I don't even think he's a good club level fighter. He reminds me of a domestic level Brit where he can't really fight on the inside. He tries to rely on his athleticism and movement, but he's not very athletic. I don't see anything good in Richard Rivera. And now he's 35. When he was 27, I didn't think he was any good. Now he's
Eddie Hearn. It's this simple. Eddie Hearn is bringing this man in to introduce Ben Whittaker to America with a proper knockout.
And he's going to get that.
That's why he's here. He is bringing him in to get stopped. That's if Ben doesn't, so if we don't get a stoppage there, and then the other one, because I feel like that's the only way. I would expect to see Rivera go out round 4, 5 late. I don't expect that to be a long fight.
I'm dropping my breakdown on that tonight. I'm dropping my breakdown video, breaking down that fight. Whittaker gonna kill that boy. That's the breakdown. Whittaker is going to destroy Richard Rivera. This is
if you want a 1 or 2 round fight.
Yeah, it could be. It could be over quick. I don't usually do this, but if you can get KO 1-3, KO 1-6, I'm telling you, this is Rivera's not good. He reminds me of a domestic level Eddie Hearn type Brit where it's he's got skills. He's got a little bit of skill. He knows how to fight, but he's got no athleticism. He doesn't have a lot of volume. He's not very fast. He doesn't have good hand speed. He doesn't have great feet. It's there's nothing. He knows how to box a little bit, and he can use his legs a little bit. That's not going to work with this guy. He's going to get he's getting put to sleep in this fight. So not only would I take, if you wanted to showcase, if you wanted casuals to think that Whittaker is the truth, this is the guy. This is the guy to put it in with.
And you know what? Hopefully he's going to do just that. I would expect nothing less. The one that I'm more not concerned with, I wouldn't say, but the one that matters in my brain more is Emiliano's fight. Cause I don't know, man. I feel like I need to see him really starting to get people out of there. Like, this is not a step up in competition for him by any means. And like, I think he's a good young talent.
Let's get to that fight. Let's get to Vargas and Mills. Let's talk about that, because again, I think this is a little bit of a mismatch. Whereas the Whittaker Rivera fight is a mismatch in a way where Rivera's just going to go to sleep super quick. This is a mismatch in a way where Mills is going to sit there and take a beating. It might go the distance. My hunch is that Vargas gets him out late, but Mills has been tough. Mills has been rugged, and he's a big, strong kid. If Mills wants to, if he's really determined, he may be able to get beat down and go the distance in this fight. But Vargas,
to me, so this is specifically like, this is a match because I know what kind of toughness Bryce has. Like, I need to see Emiliano get him out of there. Like, this is what, like, so like, I'm not concerned for like Emiliano winning it. I think he'll have the fight, but I need to see him like show that he is above this guy's class and he's ready to take a step up. That's what I'd like to see from him. You know, like I've been seeing online, I've been seeing him making comments recently towards Ryan Garcia. You know, like, if you're trying to go towards like the top level of competition, I got to see something from you. You know, you can't be calling out champions and going the distance with nobodies.
You can't stop everybody, right? Like, some people just don't go away. And to me, like, where you've got the perfect opponent to make Whittaker look good, and Whittaker's gonna look good. This to me is the wrong opponent. It's like, look, Vargas is levels ahead of Mills. Vargas is going to win the fight. That's not what we're talking about here. It's like, can he knock him out and look sensational? It's like, this is the wrong opponent to try to look sensational with. Like, it really is. Like, there are some guys, some like, they're not going to win, but they're going to make it a dogfight. And Mills is going to lose every round, but he's going to make this a dogfight. And I think he may last if he really is determined and the ref allows it. I think he can make it to the final bell.
This is like when a guy takes a tune-up and brings in a Mexican fighter for his tune-up.
Don't do. Like,
what are you doing?
Don't do that. Don't bring in a Mexican or an Argentinian.
Like, what are you doing? You're going the distance now. This is a long night.
Yeah, now you're going to be, bring in some guy from France or something with a 17-0 record with 3 knockouts. Bring him and you can blow him out. Don't bring in some Mexican who's been fighting professionally 3 times a week since he's 15. Don't bring him in because you're going to be in a dogfight.
Dude, you know, Caleb Plant found that out.
Right? Like, if you listen to this channel, you know I think Caleb Plant sucks. Like, I've always thought Caleb Plant sucks. Caleb Plant to me is a one-dimensional fighter, and that dimension is run off the back foot. The only outlier to that was the Darrell fight, which I thought he was turning over a new leaf with Breadman as his trainer. I thought that was a really good fit. And then the next thing, he fought Canelo and he just tried to run the whole time. It's like, at the highest level, you're not going to win running off the back foot for 12 rounds. You're going to have, because you're going to tire. Like, if anyone's ever played cornerback in football, it's very hard to go backwards, right? That's why it's such a difficult thing to do. It's much easier to go forward than to go backwards. I mean, you're going backwards for 12 hours. You're going to run out of gas. We saw this with Josh Kelly in his fight. He still got the decision, even though he shouldn't have. But you're eventually going to run out of gas. And we saw this, like Caleb Plant, Benavidez is boxing beautifully for 5 rounds. And then he ran out of gas. And then he's food. You have to be at the highest level. You have to be able to set your feet in the ground and come forward. Plant can't do that at all, so he's never going to beat high-level guys.
That's fair. Yeah, you know, the only example you can get to is Darrell.
That's it. That's the only one. And he had a personal vendetta against Darrell. Like, it's like, you have to be able to plant your feet in the ground, stand your ground and fight and try to walk that guy backwards. If you can't do that at all, you're going to lose. A 12-round world title, world championship caliber fight, that other guy in the ring with you is damn good. And you're going to start to fade, and you've taken no gas out of his tank. So as soon as you start to slow down, this guy is still fresh. And you're going to still try to go backwards. And now you're not going to be able to go backwards because fatigue makes cowards of us all, right? Like, the fatigue is going to get you. And now you're gonna have to stand in, and you don't know how to fight that way. And this guy's gonna, and that's what you saw in the Benavidez fight. Remember the first couple rounds of that fight, Plant was looking like a master. He's making Benavidez miss. Remember, he was doing that like you. And then what happened? Oh, now you're getting tired, right? And now I'm gonna tee off on you.
Well, so I guess here's the question: what would you think, like, for a guy like Caleb Plant? Like, is there a next, right? Like, we're like
Caleb Plant sucks. Caleb Plant sucks. He's the biggest hype job in the world. What's Caleb Plant's best win? Terrell? He was 36 when he beat him. Porky Medina? Like, what's his best wins? Like, I think Caleb Plant sucks.
No, and my point is, right, is that now the division has moved forward, right? Super middleweight has moved forward. There's no way he can't move up to
no, he's not a big middleweight. Yeah, he's not.
So what can he, like, I see him at okay. So he comes to my not the boxing gym. I know what boxing gym he goes to, but his regular gym, like, he pops into my regular gym sometimes. So I see him like we'll be in the sauna together. Like, he couldn't fight at light heavyweight. He couldn't.
No, he's not a big guy. He's not. Yeah.
You know, so like I'm wondering, because I also, like, I don't even think he could go down. I think Adames would whoop his ass.
For sure. Adames would go up to 68 and beat his ass to 60. Like, either way.
So,
yeah.
Like, is it time to become a broadcaster? Like, what does he do? Like, what's he gonna do fighting wise? I mean, like,
he's gonna hang. He can hang around and be that, you know, second tier kind of guy where if you can beat him, you advance. If you can't, you're not a world championship caliber fighter. You know, he can be that kind of gatekeeper guy.
Yeah, journeyman gatekeeper. Man.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He could go over to England and fight those guys. He can fight the other white guys in England, Eddie Hearn type fighters, where no one wants to hurt each other. He can do that. He can win rounds.
Those guys, you know what? Like, I don't know how Eddie does it, but right, like, every time I turn on DAZN, Eddie's got some arena completely sold out and a bunch of nobodies fighting.
They love it. I compare the British boxing fan to New York Jet fans. They love it. They show up. They pack the house for a horrible product, right? Like, the product they get sucks, but they don't care. They love it. They're enthused, and they show up every week. Just like,
as long as they can have a drink, sing Caroline, and see somebody get punched in the face, they're all good. It's pretty. It's a scene. It is.
It is. It's Caleb Plant's been out of the ring for over a year now. I don't know. I don't know what his plan is.
Well, I mean, that went horribly wrong, right? So he took on that fight against Resendez, right? And Resendez went in there and gave him that work, right? And then when Resendez went and put his belt up, what happened? He got beat around by Munguia for 12 rounds. So, like,
let me throw a couple of names at you, and you tell me if you think Caleb Plant beats any of these guys. Hamza Shiraz.
Nah, not now.
Diego Pacheco.
No, probably not.
Lester Martinez.
Definitely not.
Hell no. Christian and Billy.
No, Christian and Lester are dogs. Those guys fight.
Jaime Munguia. Does he beat Munguia?
Another dog. Yeah.
No,
that's
right? No. Jacob Bank, the Danish guy, the big white guy. Does he beat him? I don't think so.
Celius Iglesias.
Good one. I forgot about Iglesias. No, he does not beat Iglesias. Yeah, he's not beating Iglesias either.
Dude.
So it's that run at the top, which I think never existed, is over for Caleb Plant.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're probably right. Too bad.
All right. So the last go ahead.
Well, so hold on. I'll let you go because you might actually be about to touch on what I'm thinking. So
no, I wanted to switch over to tomorrow's fight. So Wednesday's fight. So go ahead. Wednesday, the Australian fight. Paro.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking about.
Oh, well, look at that. Great minds think alike. Look at that.
That's perfect. Because I
Plant
saw
Berlanga. All right, you got me, GK. I'm gonna take Plant in that fight because I hate Berlanga. Who do you got in that? Plant and Berlanga.
Okay, listen. So since GK said this, the two fights that I would absolutely be into watching I would love to see Plant in 2027, maybe late 26 and then early 27. I would love to see him fight Berlanga, and I would love to see him fight Charlo. Those would be the 2 fights. That's it. Only Charlo because of the slap, the beef they had. Slap,
yeah.
You know, and same thing. He had a little beef with Berlanga, so maybe that'll bring out that nasty version of Caleb that we like to see. But otherwise, he's pretty uninteresting. He could sign with Zuffa for all I care.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
That might be the move. Right. Sign with Zuffa.
Everyone's signing with Zuffa. Let's talk about Crocker, Paro. I think Crocker sucks. I think Paro is okay, and okay is more than good enough to outbox and outwork Crocker. I think he can get on the inside, can outwork him on the inside. I'm not a fan of Crocker at all. I thought the fight he won his world title against Donovan, he got lucky. He got knocked out, and they called it a disqualification, and maybe rightfully so. And then I thought he lost every round with Donovan in the rematch that he did. So he lost 10 of the 12 rounds in that fight, and somehow the 2 knockdowns were enough. I say all that to say I don't like Crocker at all. I think he's easy to hit. I think he's easy to get on the inside of him. I think he's tall and long for nothing. Like, I'm not a fan of Crocker at all. I think Paro wins it. Again, it's also in Australia. Steven Butler versus Caleb Plant.
I just stopped. I was like, huh? Dude, I'm definitely going to tune into those, though. Like,
yeah, I'm watching that fight, by the way. Yeah.
I dislike the personalities online of Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens enough that I'm definitely going to tune in, and I want to see both of them get beat up a little bit. But I think Richardson might win. I don't know about Berlanga. He's like a coin toss.
I think Berlanga sucks. Like
he's awful. He's an
yeah. When he was getting all those first round knockouts, when he was on that run with Top Rank, I was like, nah, I'm a pass. I'm a chill on Edgar Berlanga.
Literally the only so he got his Canelo bag, and now he just keeps himself somewhat relevant, spending his money doing bullshit.
Yeah,
go box, but he's not even good. But yo, look at that. So plus 200 on Butler to knock out Berlanga. Berlanga getting knocked out at NYC 2 years in a row. Oh, this is too funny. So Paro, Crocker, to kind of jump into it. Now, Crocker gets hit. You're right. He's not the most technically sound. I think that Paro wins this fight on a decision because Paro is not an exciting fighter to watch. He gets himself into championship bouts for a reason. He is a pretty technically sound guy for what he does, yeah. I just don't know it unless, but I don't it's all going to be, and this fight's in Australia because Crocker fighting in the UK, he gets UK calls, and those judges over there, they all need to be investigated. They're terrible.
And so do the refs. The refs stopping the fights. It's ridiculous. It's too much with the refs stopping the fights. They stop the fights too, and they still. I don't want to digress into this every time I go live. I hate British boxing. I don't like how they view the sport. I think they're non-violent fighters. I just don't like British boxing. And I think most of them, not all. Whitaker, I think, is good. You guys know I love Dalton Smith, so it's not all of them, but most British fighters I think suck. The vast majority of them. I remember people telling me Sonny Edwards was going to beat Bam. I'm like, Sonny's my dude. I've interviewed him a bunch of times. I would say we're friendly. There was no way Sonny Edwards was beating Bam. And I had a lot of Brits and Americans telling me, oh, Sonny's got something for Bam. It's like, no, he doesn't. No, he does not.
Not only did he not beat him, but if you really look at the timeline of his career, Bam basically ended his career.
Mm-hmm.
But Bam, depending on when he's met, a few different fighters have
their
career has been just sort of, that's it,
Yeah.
Estrada's but Estrada was a little bit older already, but you know.
Is
same
this
sort of
true?
thing.
Is Eddie Hearn not go to Australia for the fight?
That's crazy. No, he's right because
Oh, he can't. Well, all right. Let's put that. He's got New York. He's in New York. Okay.
he didn't, because New York is Saturday. The jet lag from flying
That's
to
a
and
hell of
from.
a like that.
Yeah, if it was like in England, he could have done it. But flying to and from Australia,
Australia, that's
I've done that. It's not fun, but Australia is a hell of a time.
But he comes down when Sky Nicholson is fighting. Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Moving on. Anywho, the worst kept secret in boxing: Eddie Hearn and Sky Nicholson.
Dude,
I'm
the
not
first
gonna
time I saw him,
I got a good relationship with Eddie. I'm not touching that.
I was like, "There's no way, no way."
Carrying on, yeah. The worst kept secret in boxing. Next time I interview Eddie, next time we're at a fight and Eddie's doing a press conference, I'm going to ask him how Sky's doing. How's Sky doing? Say hi to Sky for me.
So, question, have you heard anything really from Eddie? So, okay, remember, we got some of the best sound bites like a week and a half or whatever, just recently. And he really was raining on Dana and the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he also gave Dana a lot of credit. Don't get me wrong. But then Dana at the UFC Freedom 250, they suddenly, for the first time in 5 years, they have Tyson Fury show up on U.S. soil after he said, "Oh, Dana White's definitely not promoting the fight, this and that."
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you take from that?
I try not to get involved in the politics of things. I don't know. I mean, what's your takeaway on it?
I mean, I have to assume that if Tyson Fury literally showed up for the first time in 5 years on American soil at the UFC with Dana White, I have to assume Dana is promoting that fight.
But is he contractually tied down to Queensberry and Top Rank, or what is his?
Well, and this is the thing. Like, I don't know how the new landscape of boxing is so weird, right? Because they have like their promoter deal, then they've got their DAZN deal, then they've got like 6 different deals going on at the same time. It's so, and this is why so many fights don't get made. Everyone just says the promoter. It's like, no. There's layers to this with every fighter, right? Their sponsorships, the promoter, they mix all this stuff in and then they can't like figure it out. So I don't know. In my estimation, he is with Queensberry, right? That Frank Warren, that's what I think, right? Yeah. That's who I like. When you think of a Tyson Fury fight, right? What promoter do you think of, right? But now you've got Turki Al-Sheikh, right? And you've got that whole thing, and the ring ambassador deals that they do, so it's very confusing. This new landscape and how they do it and who's officially promoting what, it's all very confusing.
We are getting better fights, though, to a degree. Every now and again, we do get fights that we want to see. We do. It does happen.
100, like, it's been good. Like, the last
good is strong. It's been better. Better doesn't mean good. It's been better. Yeah.
The last like 3 years, we've definitely started to get more quality matchmaking, with regard to the top level, right?
Yeah. Super fights. Yeah.
So this is an interesting one. Your guy Ryan just asked here, who I got. So what do you think, Spence or Tszyu?
I picked Thurman to beat Fundora, so I learned my lesson. I like Spence, but I am not betting on this fight. This is a no bet for me. If you want me to make an official prediction, I'm gonna take my boy, Dallas, Texas. Shout out. But I'm not betting a dime on this fight. Like, I learned my lesson on Keith Thurman. If someone's that inactive, and Spence hasn't fought in 3 years, and Tszyu, we could say, I like how he spelled Tszyu, like Tszyu.
He is not his father.
My official prediction is Spence, but for me, this fight's a no bet. I'm not betting on Spence coming off of 3 years of inactivity. But I think Zoo sucks at this point. I never thought Zoo was good, and then he beat Harrison. He got a bunch of wins. Like, all right, maybe I was wrong about Zoo. No, I was right about Zoo. Zoo sucks.
No, yeah, Zoo is awful. I actually like this whole like trying to prop him up, and they did it for so long. Like they brought him to the States, it was ass, and then they sent him back to Australia, and they just keep trying to like. I'm like, what are we doing with this guy? Like, I don't get it. Kostya Zoo was a different animal than his son is, but that being said, one thing about Tim Zoo that is 100% sure is that he is getting in that ring to go to war with whoever he is going to fight, right? He is definitely going to try and make it a dirty, muddy, he's going to make it, he's not going to let the kind of fight that Spence is going to want. Spence is going to want to try and keep some kind of range with them. Spence doesn't want to get into a dogfight, but that's what Zoo's going to want.
Well, does he not? Spence likes a dogfight.
But after 3 years, he hasn't fought.
I don't. That's why I'm not touching this fight. I'm not betting a dime on this fight. Like I agree with you. It's been 3 years. He's 36 years old now. I don't know what the hell we're gonna get out of Spence. He might get stopped in a couple rounds. Like Zoo, who's been active, might beat the hell out of him. That could happen. It could.
And that's the thing. Like I'm a little. No, that's a breathe right strip. Relax, man. I'm breathing. It's okay. But so, no, but like, I guess here's the thing. Inactivity is one thing. Naturally, I was a big fan of Spence. Like prime Spence, I loved watching him fight. So
can I be honest with you, like that's my guy, and I'll deny that I ever said it. I think prime Spence was overrated. I always thought Keith Thurman would beat him. I knew Crawford was going to beat him. Like he's good. He's very good. He's a pound for pound top 10 guy. But like people say, oh, he can beat Crawford. No, he cannot. I don't even think he'd beat Thurman.
No. So listen, before the car accident, Crawford would have broke his ass too.
Yeah, 100%.
And like a lot of people don't want to admit that, but like listen. Spence is a very fun fighter to watch right now. Like if we're gonna like put levels to it, like Crawford's skill set, like Crawford really is like in that like all-time
I want to make a basketball analogy, and then I'll let you respond to it. Crawford to Spence is like Tim Duncan to Julius Randle. It's like Randle's good. Look who you're comparing him to. It's like it's not even close, actually, right? Like. But
Crawford in my
Crawford is Duncan, obviously, in the analogy, and Spence is Julius Randle.
No, but that's perfect. So the exact term that like I was pussyfooting around, but is exactly right, is Crawford. I don't care about what people want to say, resume, this, that, the third. In any era, in any generation, Crawford would have gave any fighter ever that work. Like he is an all-time great fighter.
All-time great.
Yeah, he's one of those guys like. When you watch him fight, you're like, oh, no, this guy can fight in any level. But, yeah, no, the point is, I wouldn't bet on this fight either. I don't know, and I'm exactly in the same boat you are. I'm just like, oh, nah, Tim Zoo, he's from Texas, America. I got that guy.
America.
Yeah, like, that's where my brain goes.
Yeah.
But, no, Tim Zoo might be the most overrated athlete on planet Earth right now, like, in every sport. I don't even know why this guy gets so many opportunities.
Well, his dad, nepotism, the name.
No, literally, I know why, but like, yeah.
Well, we know why. We know why.
Like twice a year, I have to watch the video. They repost the video of his dad throwing the coins up in the air and him grabbing them. Look at how fast his hand speed reaction is. I'm like, and then he's gonna go in the face and get his face broken.
It gets All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Any closing thoughts? Again, give yourself one more plug. Let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on X at Vinny's Corner. That's Vinny with the Y at Vinny's Corner. Really, the big thought is that don't just like look at that Xander bet. I'm taking Boots. I officially take Boots, but like Xander might pull
price
it off, man.
I do want to address it because when we were at the Bam fight, Mark, and you guys took it trolling. I wasn't, you got it. He was trying to argue that Takuma was just as good as Nawa in a way. They're just as good. Like he's just as good. They're like twins basically. And you guys are taking the bait and arguing with them. Like, okay, if that's your take, I'll let you have it. You can have it. I'm not even going to argue with you. If that's actually what you think, we're good. And you guys are arguing with them. And like, they got the same trainer. I'm like, I don't care if they have the same trainer. They have the same genetics for mostly. They ate it. And I think Takuma's good. I do. But it's like, look who you're comparing him to. It's like comparing Seth Curry to Steph Curry. It's like, are we actually doing this?
Well, like Takuma is like a top 1 or 2 fighter in that division. Again,
Nawe is the best little man ever.
Yeah, ever. He's like, like when you talk about him, the next person you go to after him, you're like, oh, him or Manny Pacquiao. Like that's the level he's on. You don't talk about him around his contemporaries. You go straight to like the greatest ever. Like, who else can we talk about with this guy? He's that good. But
all right, what do you think about this? Xander to be dropped. I wouldn't bet this. I don't like the price on it. But what do you think about Xander to be dropped? To me, I wouldn't bet that. It's possible, but it's.
I think Xander has touched canvas before, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think it's a bad bet per se. What are the odds on it?
I don't have it on my. What odds are you getting? It was minus money. It was like minus 120 or something like that. I'm not betting it.
So I'm one of those. I'm greedy. Like, I don't bet to just like bet. I'm greedy. I like a plus next to things.
Yeah. Mark is saying he was tired. You weren't tired, bro. You were trolling, and I wasn't. They were taking your bait. I was like, that's bad bait. You guys can have it. Mark is saying that he did actually.
Now here's the thing, right? Based on the conversation and where it was just going, I don't know if that is a troll or if he's being serious. Does he really mean Xander's going to win the fight, or is he just trolling now?
No, I believe he thinks Xander's going to win. I don't think that's a crazy take. I just disagree with it. Xander's very good. Yeah,
I think that Xander is being so underrated in this fight. Like, the play of the day could just be as simple as taking him to win. But like, dude, I don't know, man. That was one of the crazy. That's legitimately one of the crazier takes of all time. Saying that both Inoue brothers are the same,
equally as good. It's like saying both Curry brothers are just as good. It's like, stop. No. Steph is a fine player.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Xander is unified. That's not a bad play.
Vargas, Boots, Whitaker, Jahai over 6.5 for Lewis Crock. Yeah, no, too easy. This is a 3D boxing parlay right here. This is my type of parlay. Vargas, Boots, Whitaker, Tucker, and then over on the Crockett power fight. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, that's a good bet. Like, I'm gonna screenshot that. I might actually place that bet too easy. That's a fact.
All right, but you got to give him a commission on that. You got to give him 10% of the winnings.
Damn, you get a vig on this and everything. That's crazy.
But Too Easy's got to eat too. He's got kids to feed. I don't know if you do, you don't, but he's got to eat too. He's got bills to pay. This ain't for
2026. Everybody's got kids now.
Yeah. Xander
That's a fact.
I was tired. Oh my God! I just need to find the point.
So, are you going to be in town for that fight? Are you making it to New York?
No, I'm not. I should have went because it's the drafts, and I could have stayed all week, but I didn't go.
No, the guys that are going to make it there, they're going to have a blast. What a time!
Yeah.
You know what I'm taking the family to the beach. We're going to San Diego beaches this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to bring my Fire Stick and put it on the TV in the hotel.
There you go.
You got to do what you got to do. I will not miss the fights though.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on that Australian card? The undercard on the Australian card is absolute garbage. Is there anything else that you want to bet? Dempsey McKean against Liam Taliva is one that keeps coming up. I don't know anything about Liam Taliva, but the odds on it are interesting. He's plus 155. Any thoughts on anything else on that card?
Honestly, like if I'm being totally honest, as an American boxing fan, like I am, right? The only fight I know on the Paro Crocker fight card is the Paro Crocker fight. 100% of the time. I hadn't even looked at the rest of the card. So that's my honest truth. I'm gonna look right now while we're talking this. This is
July
tomorrow,
31st,
huh?
come down to South Texas and see Omar getting. Let me know. I got some stuff going on at the end of the month. Let me know. Omar's my guy. I might want to see that. Mark, text me about that. I might come down for Omar. That's my dude.
130
plus 141
This
on
is
that parlay.
Taliba, okay?
I would take it. I would take that too easy. I would definitely take it.
That's a good one. There are some like really, really like there's like a minus 2,500, a minus 1,400. Like some of these fights are like huge, huge, huge gaps. Chinese guy fighting an Australian guy. Yeah, I don't know that that's like. I mean, if any upsets happen on this Australian card, the upside is huge. Plus 800, plus 350, plus 700.
I have a rule of thumb that I want people to follow. Don't bet on bad fighters. You don't want to lose your parlay because Dempsey McKean got knocked out by some guy you never heard of.
Well,
don't bet on
that's
bad
what I'm
fighters.
saying. Like, if I bet that fight card at all, I would just put one parlay together, like hope it works, and just like set it and forget it kind of parlay. Like, because I'm probably not going to even watch this card.
I'm with you.
That's the reality. I'll watch the highlights of the main event later on.
But all right.
I don't know.
I gotta wrap this up. You got any closing thoughts?
No, man. I think that's it for me, man. I appreciate the time. This has been a wonderful time, and look forward to the next conversation.
We got to do it again sometime. That was fun, Vinny.
Absolutely, brother.
All right. It is June 22nd, 2026, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.